Who is it? Who is it?
Hello, good evening, and goodbye. That was quick, wasn't it? Now, listen to me, all two of you. Now, I'm going to be broadcasting from a different channel tonight. It's very difficult. It's very difficult because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because now I'm in a little bit of trouble with YouTube at the moment, and I have to broadcast from another channel. So I have to be quite moderate whilst I'm here at the moment, and this is going to go on for a couple of months. So, in the interest of safety and self-preservation, I've decided to be off onto Tobias Winter's Bioscope Bibliography channel, and this is where you will find me if you want to find out about the Third Reich car selection. Beautiful it is too. Well, it's not. It makes me feel pretty sick looking at it. But this is what this is what Beans's funeral tribute turned into. Talking about Third Reich autos. Yes. What was Adolf Hitler driving in 1945? What a lovely day cruiser that is. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. The birth of the Mercedes. Oh, anyway, listen, I don't want to go on about that right now because we're going to show you a little clip. And now this is Mark Felton's clip. You see, he's all into all kinds of stuff to do with the war. Very interesting subject. So Mark Felton, if you're out there, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of yours. So I know you might get angry if I pinch a little bit of your footage, but I just want to illustrate some of your points about about what Adolf Hitler liked to drive around in his spare time. So I'm just going to pick Ava Braun up and her dog. Actually, he did like cats. We'll give him that. But anyway, this is quite serious because what else are we going to talk about on my other channel? Very, very sensitive subjects. Very sensitive subjects. Now, I don't usually get ideas from other people because I always make the ideas my own, because I'm not a follower, I'm a leader. Do you know what I mean? I can't help it. So, you see, I thought to myself, now I've listened to that Pop Go the Beatles, Pop Goes the 60s. Either way, it's a terrible name. It's really awful. It sort of reminds me of black and white times with really naff 60s white people dancing in chef's outfits and whatnot. But anyway, enough about his name being terrible. But he did something. He was going on about his favourite films. And I thought, oh yeah, you mentioned some good ones there. And then I thought, well, I've meant to do, I've got a very dismal movie channel, which doesn't really, it hasn't really got off the ground. It's just because it's so fucking difficult to be able to review a film as I would like to review it, and also get away with copyright because, if you show too much, it's bad news with movies. So that's why the little experiment is going to move over to the other channel tonight, because I'll be in big trouble if I pinch the wrong person's stuff just for a little bit. Yes, mustn't say that word. Mustn't say that. Not on this channel at the moment. I know it's boring, but it's never going to be as boring as Glenn Kellaway's real channel, is it? Or that treacherous white supremacist who uses the name Beetle in his title. It's awful. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. There's only 2 people watching me at the moment as well. Shame on you all. Shame on you all. And we'll also be talking about the Fest for Beatles. But anyway, as I was saying about these films, he was doing his favourite films of the 60s. And I thought, well, I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to tie in the 60s with movies. Sort of, musically, pop culture. I don't know. But anyway, I thought they don't really mix. In my world, pop music and movies don't really mix very well at all, So don't be thinking that these films are going to be a bunch of, hey, you got to have that one in there, or you've got to have that one in there. No, my idea is much better. It's saying, no, let's just ignore Lawrence of Arabia. Let's just ignore whatever, and it's not always, and it's always going to be like that. Some of the films I picked for each year, because I've got 10 films, but at 10 years, 1 film for each year of the 60s. How clever's that? But they ain't, it's not so much about this is the best film of 1961. No, nothing to do with that. This film, it may well be just, it's worth a watch. I don't know if you've seen it before. You might have seen it years ago, but it's worth another watch. Let me bloody well tell you. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Right. Anyway, let's just have this little bit of Mark Felton. You see Mark Felton. So if Mark Felton's watching, or if Mark Felton's bots are working properly, then please, Mark Felton, this is only because I respect you deeply, and we want to know, because Beetle Brad's trying to tell us about his Nazi cars, and I'd rather have Mark Felton telling me the real story, because you know what these Beetle experts are like, forgetting things wrong. It's an occupational hazard, isn't it? An occupational hazard. So anyway, how did the Beatles meet the Third Reich? Well, you're going to find out if you tune into the other channel. All this exciting stuff that needs to come out, which cannot come out on this channel at the moment. How many times I've got to repeat myself? But here we go. And I hope I make it to the end of my other stream as it comes up. I should be going across there very, very quickly after I leave here. I just have to sign out of one account and sign back into another account. Wait for a code to come through. When the code comes through, I'm on the case. Okay, I'm on the case. I'm just glad we can all be. Are we public? I suppose we're public. Yeah, I suppose we are. Anyway, let's have a look at Mark Felton, shall we? Let's put him on. All right, are you ready?
A collection that hardly anyone knows about. A collection that contains some of the rarest and historically interesting vehicles. The lost cars of Nazi Germany's top leaders. The collection is to be found in a small museum in Moscow, Russia, the result of one family's careful collecting for over 60 years. Even more incredibly, some of the world's most valuable cars cost nothing, not 1 ruble, as they spent decades rescuing wrecks from farmers' barns and gardens and painstakingly restoring them to some semblance of their former glory.
When I purchased Dr. Mengelay's car,
the Lomakov Museum of old-timer cars and motorcycles doesn't look like much from the outside, but some of the vehicles inside are worth millions of dollars if they were ever to be auctioned. So we'll begin with an impressive example, a black Mercedes-Benz 540K, the classic Nazi leader's limousine.
Brad's favourite car.
Hitler and his circle required serious cars to be the
he drives it around town with a swastika hanging out the window.
and Mercedes-Benz was more than happy to oblige. Hitler stated in 1934 that he did not tolerate a car manufactured by others.
Right, did you hear the narration there? Because we can put that on again later on. All right, how about that? Hey, bit risky to put it on here, you know, because this sort of thing can get people wound up. You know what I mean? I don't blame people for getting wound up about it. It's a very touchy subject. Certainly not what you'd use on somebody's wake, is it? So anyway, what we got then, we've got on the other channel, we have got these top 10 films of the 60s with adverts. We've also got the Third Reich automobile collection. We've also got news about the Beatle Fest, which you might not have managed to watch. We can recap on some of that stuff. Very embarrassing, very low budget. Was there an audience, or was it canned laughter? Only some people know, and they were the people on the panel who had to look at the audience, which we didn't see. But anyway, we're going to talk about all that scandal later on. How about that? And we'll also be talking about Kit O'Toole's very large back garden. Anyway, for the time being, be gone with you all. Goodbye.